Oh! Oh! Cuzo, go ahead. Christian, I won't say your full government.
Life update. We're rich now.
We're too rich now.
Oh,
Too rich now.
look at this update,
Life
bro.
update. I got this. It's scarred. It's a haunted, but it got me money now.
Damn, I'm
I
smoking
rub its head.
smoking wax like a normal person now. Instead of a pen. You
Hitting
know what I'm
some
saying?
bowls. I'm hitting some bowls. I missed you, buddy. Buddy friend of mine. This is no lie. This is the first time I've seen Christian in a couple months. We've been busy. Life, partners, friends, capitalism, education.
Enemies,
Ooh.
obstacles.
Hey, who I just did the interview with the lease
uh,
for the channel, and I
mhm.
was like, "Who do you got, bro? Who you got, Kanye or Drake, bro?"
Oh, what she said?
They said Kanye, but who do you got? Or not
Oh,
Kanye,
oh yeah.
Kendrick. My bad. They got Kendrick.
I don't think anyone's saying Drake right now. If I'm honest, I think everyone's saying Kendrick.
But what are you saying?
I'm as well.
Okay.
I never thought it was gonna be a contest, because originally Kendrick he just came out with the a feature, and then Cole dropped, and then Drake dropped, and then I remember everybody, even people were telling me they're like, "Yo, like, how long do you think it's gonna take for K Dot to respond?" It's been like I think at that point it was like 5 days or something. I was like, I don't know. Like honestly, he doesn't even have to respond in my eyes. Like I'm
No.
happy we got a feature. Like I really like that. I was spinning that track for a while. I really liked it. And then he drops. I really like Euphoria, and it was like 6 minutes, and I was thinking like, damn, like I don't think like Drake really understands the brevity or the gravity of like the situation, like you know. And I said like if Kendrick drops a whole track, like it's done. This who Drake doesn't stand a chance. And then yeah, the World War III happened.
Hold
This
up.
who
What's up? What's up? Not till later. Like same time,
intermission.
2:30, bro. 3 o'clock. All right. My bad. My annoying ass roommate. But no, I just don't think they're smart enough either, bro.
Yeah, they're not really on the same. I was thinking like in Dreamville, like you'll need like a JID.
Yeah.
You need like
Or
Jid might
me. Just me.
Jid might have hands, for Kendrick, but it would be friendly for sure. I think they have a lot of respect for each other for peers as peers, like that would be friendly. But K Dot really hates this man. Like this who doesn't really have any respect for him like as a person.
Oh.
And I think that's why it was able to be like really interesting. Like and did you hear this morning that there was a shots at Drake's estate, like his bodyguard's like in the hospital or something.
It was me, bro.
As you he's spinning he's spinning it for Kendrick. Oh man.
I'll do anything for that man.
Yeah, and like even on the record, I love Not Like Us. Like Not Like Us, I've spun that easily like 10, 20 times. It came out what, like 3 days ago or something. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
I think
Love that record.
you think you should put them all in the EP?
I was thinking, what
A
Drake needs? You know what would really contend with this?
whole album or what?
Yeah, Drake needs like a 5 song EP or like an album. But it's kind of over. I don't know. I don't think there's anything left to say. But I'm down with Kendrick just like calling him like calling him a bad bitch and you know saying
Yeah,
he's a pedophile.
and I think
Uh,
Drake's put up a good fight too.
yeah, bro. I really like Family Matters. Family Matters was kind
Yeah.
of a banger. Like,
Like I think Drake's put up a good fight. I think
yeah, like.
he's trying, so
But Kendrick even mocked him. He was like, I brought the rhymes out of you, huh? Like, I made you rap, huh? Like, you scared, huh? Oh man. So I don't know, like, I don't know what Drake was thinking, trying to corner K Dot or whatever, trying to throw hands with him. But I think he should have done what J. Cole did. What J. Cole did was very respect. I think a lot of people in hindsight now, the meme is kind of like, he knew all along, like
hell
his
no,
aunt.
bro. J. Cole, I think I think it's the worst. I think it's made J. Cole so irrelevant.
Yeah, but at least he didn't catch any smoke, you know?
I guess, but I feel like, yeah, I don't know. He just waved the white flag and like I feel like he didn't even like try. Like I don't know, bro. But I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
like J. Cole already, so I just
bro,
feel
if you
like
were I mean, I don't listen to Jermaine either, you know. I'm
Jermaine.
I'm not a big Jermaine Cole guy. I don't really be spinning him. I like some of them. Got me up all night.
Hell
Do
no.
you believe
I ain't
me
really,
if I said I'm in love?
I ain't
But
spinning that.
that's not even J. Cole on that hook though, you know, singing.
But you spin that when you have your girl in the car. You're not really even spinning that, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. But you
But
know, I like a couple of the Jermaine Cole songs, but he's no Kendrick Lamar.
no.
I guess, and I think if somebody to the caliber of Kendrick, like, there's nobody even really that popular. Like, you know,
Well,
who
I
would?
think popular wise, it would be Drake. I don't think musically or artistic wise, but I guess
Yeah, exactly that. Like, I guess that's more what I'm trying to say more clearly is exactly that is like nobody that's on like Kendrick's level is as big as him popular wise, so nobody would really like be paying attention to that. You know, it's because we have Drake on the gallows that it's so fun to watch.
yeah.
You know, but man, like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, people were saying like when everything first started, like, oh shit, now the labels got to clash, like Keem versus JID, and I was like, no way, bro, JID would have swamped that man. Are you kidding me?
I feel like he would just have so much more energy that he'd be like,
This shit would be fun. And if
"Ah."
imagine he gets a K dot feature on that. Oh
Oh,
shit. I'm just a fan of the music, man. Honestly, like, I'm just so happy, bro. We got so much Kendrick music, and then like not like us, bro. Not like us was such a cultural moment, and I love hating too. So just I'm just so happy that I can
hating.
hate on Drake with all my friends in this big cultural moment and have this club banger and enjoy it together. You know, so thank you, Kendrick.
I mean, it is history. I love I love the history of things, and I try to know as much history of hip hop as I can, of all music genres, but hip hop especially. And I think this is this is history. Put it on there. Slap it on there. Because I feel
I
like
agree.
also like maybe when the Meek Mill or like when the Pusha T stuff was going on, I feel like maybe
Shut.
just not fully aware, just like not really just fully deep into it, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just being much older than when that happened. And so but
Yeah, no, and I'm wondering, like, do you think this is like as big of a deal as with the Pusha T thing, or you think it's smaller? I think it's even bigger. You know, I think it's even bigger, especially because
bro, this is like some Nas and Jay-Z type shit. Now none of them had Ether. I mean Ether's probably the greatest, but this is definitely some like not up there when Nas and like Jay-Z were beefing.
mm,
So
yeah, and I just love that the songs are so listenable. Like the story of Adidon, it's a great track, and it's like, you know, it's a lot of hate, and it's entertaining, but like, you know, you listen to that song like 3 4 times, you know.
yeah.
But not like us, bro. I fucking love that song, you know. And Meet the Grams was also like very impactful, and it's very like scary, but yeah, obviously it's not a club banger, you know, something very meditative, I guess. And then
Hey, mustard on the beat, ho.
I like Euphoria though. Euphoria was very listenable, and like, I was spinning Euphoria.
Yeah. But let's let's get away from the beef and let's get to the
Oh man,
music,
what were
bro.
we talking about? What are we here for?
We're a little bit behind. We've been busy. Hopefully we pick up. But I think this year it's been a good year so far. I mean, we're on the fifth month. We're definitely do our halfway through the year um
Woo!
video next month. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do the Mike and Tony Seltzer. Let's do that first.
Yeah, Pinball.
Pinball.
Pinball by Mike
Great
and
album
Tony
title.
Sense.
And I like the album cover. At first I didn't really like the album cover that much. But then I don't know, it kind of grew on me. I love pinball, and I think yeah, I think Mike, we all know who Mike is. Mike's about our age, 25, I think. Great rapper. Probably I wouldn't say the most experimental rapper right now, but definitely just like the most in his own lane rapper. I mean, he's definitely in that underground scene with Earl and Ka and all these foods, definitely. But I think Mike is definitely doing his own lane. I think from his last album, Burning Desires, was definitely my favorite to this. It's definitely a different switch, but it's like just as good. Definitely not as good because it's not as long as Burning Desire, but it's just as good. And yeah, Tony Seltzer producing the tracks on here. What do you want to say about it?
I have a couple things to say about this album. I've been listening to this album. This has been like my comfort album for a while. Right now, I'm kind of weaning off of it just because I feel like I've played it so much, and it's not that
Yeah.
long. It's only 20 minutes.
March 6th is when the album drops. So,
Yeah, it came out a while ago. Sorry we haven't been around, guys.
but it still sounds great. It still sounds like a month. I've still been bumping it a month later, 2 months later, or whatever.
Yeah, it's just very it's just very not just digestible, but it's so easy on the ears that you could be doing anything and listening to all of this. And I agree, it's like more EP level, but it's a little longer.
Like mixtape.
Yeah, it's like mixtape. What is it, like 11 songs?
I'm trying.
So
Yeah.
maybe like a mixtape with like some like three bonus tracks or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's like 11 songs and 21 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan of a lot of these songs. And yeah, like the tracks, maybe they're not as like extravagant as like Burning Desire, and it's not as like a it's not as big of and thematic,
Concept. Yeah.
project. But I love Tony Seltzer's production as well. Not that these things are like mutually exclusive or whatever, but
Yeah. Yeah.
he did that Wiki album that
Hmm.
you're a big fan of. And I love the production on that album, and I love Wiki. And this album too, it just to me it really encapsulated like Tony Seltzer is kind of unstoppable right now. You know, every track on this album I have fond memories of listening to, and even if the mic performances, yeah, like a lot of people say that he's just kind of flowing on a lot of this, like it's just kind of a vibe, and I agree. That's kind of what I like about it. It's supposed to be like, I and I always over analyze like album titles and concept art. I always try to tie it into the music, even
Mm.
if it's not supposed to be too much. But you think about pinball like a pinball game, like you're just kind of bouncing back and forth, and it's done very quickly. You take a couple
Yeah.
shots, and that's how I think about Mike rapping on this album.
I like
I
that.
think of yeah, like he's just kind of bouncing back and forth, like kind of vibing, like getting some points up, and then once the game's over, it's over. Like next track. And yeah, like people in his lane in his pocket compliment him very well. The features here, dude, like On God, you know, Earl never misses, bro. Never heard
Oh,
a
girl.
never heard a Earl hook I don't like. Um who else is on that track? It was Earl, Tony Snow. I actually really like the Tony Snow
Yeah.
verse.
Tony Seltzer is fire.
I really like that verse. What is it? The J
Neo.
Critch,
Yeah.
J Critch,
The
what I'm
Neo
missing.
Tay is that Sapphire. The closer.
Neonte, the closer. That's actually my favorite song. I love the beat switch, and
It's
then
so super
Neonte.
psychedelic.
Yeah,
It's like
it
super
reminds
psychedelic.
it reminds me a lot of that Kingdom Hearts track from the JPEG album. There's just like these soaring strings, and then the southernness that Neonte brings in makes you want to do a fucking two step jerk. I love that rhythm.
No, I like it. I love
I just hit a bitch with one arm.
what I like about Mike's flow. It's like a solo, bro. Sometimes it's just a long verse, and he just going at it. It's like a solo. I don't know. Sometimes, but
Yeah, I like that comparison. It really is like when you have that mastery over when you're that level of a wordsmith and you can just kind of rap over a beat all day. You know, most people would like think of a Juice World, but it is like a common ability, especially as a rapper of this caliber. You should have, or maybe I don't, or not. I don't want to like judge a rapper on his like ability to
yeah,
flow or. Anyway, I digress, but Mike is very artistful with it. Yeah, it is akin to hearing a pianist just lay down a solo or anything equivalent, like a horn or something.
Yeah.
Like you get a sense of somebody's personality by the way by what they do when they have you know
I
um
would say the only thing I don't like about
the
this
way they wing
album
it. Mm.
is I don't know. I think I get tired of the when it because I think it's cool, but it feels cheap when you do it all the time. It's when you're doing the pitching down or the pitch up.
Mm.
Which I like and I think it's cool for sometimes as an outro, but then when you kind of do almost on every track, I don't know. I'm just like, just do another verse or something. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just
Yeah,
the same verse, just pitched down,
yeah, and it's pitched down.
and it
You
just kind of
know,
fading out or whatever. And I just like I like that for some tracks, but I just think like on the whole album, I just wish maybe maybe it didn't do
let's
that.
see. That reminds me of one of my favorite Pink Seafood tracks. Long hair don't care. Well, he does it twice. Like he pitches it down once for like the whole verse, and then he pitches it down again for like a half verse. And it sounds really good, but now that you mention it, a lot of the songs on this
That's why it's like that mixtape, I guess, kind of vibe. But
yeah, where they kind
you
of
know,
just do the same. So I'm
and it
looking to see actually if Tony Seltzer did that song for Pink Seafood because it's like eerily similar. I don't know.
and it Loki might be a local thing where
I don't know.
I don't know where Mike's from. Maybe the albums or mixtapes that him or Tony Seltzer listened to as a kid. Maybe they're like that. And that's what they did. So maybe he's paying homage. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but I do think like because we live
Yeah.
in such this TikTok world now of things being like when you listen to a song, there's a sped up version, there's a slow down, there's a reverb version,
Mhm.
and I'm just like for me, I just like I don't really want to hear I don't want to hear this on all the tracks. Sometimes it's not every track, but it feels like every track.
Yeah. I feel that.
It's definitely more than two or three. So and there's only 10 songs or 11 songs.
I
So
know for sure, like Underground Kings, I think half of the song is just reverb and it's the same
R&B's like
things.
that.
R&B. I love the beat on R&B. I love all these beats, but yeah, like sometimes they
Or
just do that to flip it, make it a little longer, maybe
yeah,
even a couple seconds longer. And sometimes it's like really to no avail. Like on 100 Gex, they don't do it, and it's like the shortest track on the album. I'm pretty sure they don't do it, but I know he does the same verse twice, so might
yeah.
as well have done it. Maybe I don't know.
But I like Mike. I think it's versatile. I think if you want something deeper, you listen to Burn Desire. If you want something more lit, something more good energy, good vibes, like I like listening to this album when I'm at work and I'm just working, I'm just fucking vibing or
Yeah,
at
the
the
biggest strength
gym.
of this album
So
is its flexibility, its malleability. Like
yeah.
you can do be doing anything you listen to this album. Exactly. But yeah, Tony Seltzer, Mike, pinball,
Pinball.
20 minutes.
Easy. Go for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk, go walk your dog. Walk your dog longer than 20 minutes. You know what? Go ahead, walk your dog for like, let's see,
And for yourself,
uh
bro. You should be walking more than 20
50.
minutes.
Go an hour a day because this Brittany Howard album, What
Oh.
Now, is 38 minutes. So 38 plus 21, about an hour. So
We go a little bit deeper about so we'll move on to the Brittany Howard album.
our second album. What an
Our
intro,
second
huh?
album.
Yeah, I should be doing this
Which
for good.
you when we were listening to it earlier in the month because we were planning on doing this in March, but you were saying we and we'll go deeper about it next month on our halfway through the years list. But you're saying it was album your year. Do you still feel that way?
Until the Kendrick album drops. Just kidding. Who knows? But yeah, first listen, I fell in love with What Now, especially the first half of the album. Is the one I come back to the most now. The second half of the album was very much like a first, second kind of listen album for me. It's just like 12 songs, 40 minutes. Like I usually when I listen to music, it's like in 20-minute intervals.
Yeah.
So like so yeah, I'll listen to like the first couple songs of this and then I'll listen to something else. And that's usually all the time I have. But sorry. But but yeah, like I don't even know where to start. I guess the intro song, Earth Sign. Uh To me, this is a very spiritual album, but Brittany Howard also experiments with a lot of like vocal like effects. She's not doing like her voice with like more or less gain or mixing. It's
Well, it
like
sounds like they
you
have a
know,
bigger budget.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it
She's
sounds like they got
in
like
the
a
know.
lot of money right now, and they have a
Yeah,
big ass budget, and they're like experimenting with all types of plugins or outdoor processing, outboard processing, or I don't know. But that's what it
yeah,
sounds like to me. Definitely sounds way bigger. I mean, there's still a lot of lo-fi hints to it, especially with some of the guitar tones and stuff. But I
yeah.
think it just sounds way more expensive and grand. Not sure if they had a bigger budget because Brittany Howard's going up. You know what I'm saying? There's really no way for Brittany Howard to go down. I think unless she does something crazy. But I'm thinking the success off their last album and just getting a bigger budget from their label or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know, Brittany Howard. I might have gone on record saying this before, but she's my favorite singer right now, for
No,
sure.
I've gone on record saying
You said that. Okay. I don't know if it's in our log or whatever, but yeah, like I just her voice is something of a divine instrument. It's like her voice is like not only is she like just extremely talented and has like an absolute control on her voice, she has inflections and tones that I just you can't really hear anywhere else. And there's a lot of singers like that, like one might think of like a mainstream Ariana Grande or an Adele where they have a very subtle tonality to them that gives them personality, and every time you hear it, it's them, you know.
that. Yeah.
And that's Brittany Howard for me, where she's absolutely unmistakable. And I love her songwriting as well. Like I loved pretty much everything on the Alabama Shakes. I don't think either of those records has. They might have
Like
like a
average
slower
song.
song,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I love all the writing on all their songs. Same here with What Now. Like there's no lulls for me necessarily. There's
Uh-huh.
obviously an interlude, but um
What do you make of the album title, bro? Like what now?
What Now?
Is this are you saying like this represents like what you're thinking what now? Or do you think it's representing what now after after this album? Like I don't know. Like I'm trying to think what do they mean what now? And I'm trying to listen to the album and I don't
You
know.
know, looking at the album art, right? And also What Now is just kind of like a term of forwardness. It's like, you ask what now once you're not thinking about what's behind you anymore. You ask what now once you look at what's ahead of you. And so you look at the album cover, right? You look way in the distance, there's like a mountain, and past the mountain, there's just like fields of flowers. And then there's her, and she's looking forward. And she's kind of like, she's probably looking at whatever's next, but we don't see that, you know. But you can see where she's been, but you can't see where she's going. She can see that,
Yeah.
from the framing. And so maybe this album it tries to encapsulate that of like this is a very reminiscent album. I don't, the second song. She's talking about if anybody remembers how it feels like to love all night and sleep in late. Cause she don't. She don't. I
Uh,
don't. you know. So that reminiscent.
such a good that's such
I'll work
sample
at no
it's so
place.
like a sample worthy. I remember I wanted a sample and I gotta get back to doing that because I just remember it like ooh.
I love it. It's like my favorite new oldie, you know. Like I can listen to it all day and then on the eighth spin I'll cry. Still when I'm like
Well,
actually sitting there.
it's the best way to
Yeah.
do something retro. You know,
Yeah.
doing it retro, but also making it new and interesting and sound modern and punchy. But you know, and I think that's just the she does it the best way. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Shout out Brittany Howard. I was watching an interview. And it's crazy to think she was talking about how she doesn't see herself as a vocalist first. And I'm like, do you not understand? Like, you're the great. Because I don't know. Do you think?
But
I
what does she
think
see herself as like an
just an
instrumentalist
art,
or
just as an
like
artist
like an
first.
artist?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like that's a very common
You
sentiment
know,
because she also plays guitar.
Yeah, and I
You
know she
know,
writes a lot of this stuff, and so, but I'm just trying to think. I was having this argument with a friend, and I don't. I would love to, and I think maybe it's my emotions more, but I don't think there's autotune on this album.
autotune maybe not. I don't know. I know there's for sure like I said vocal layerings and effects, but
I don't
autotune maybe no like adjusting of the tune. You know, like maybe adjusting like the like the
because when they just sing
how it sounds,
live,
but
when they
not
sing
the
some
tune
of the songs
exactly.
live, it
Yeah.
just sounds like the album. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then like I don't put it. I wouldn't doubt in the slightest that she's able to just hit these notes in a way that it just sounds right.
But that's
Even
why
if
I
it's
think
not perfect.
I think that's why it adds to the characteristic of her voice, maybe.
Yeah, somebody with the vocal inflections of Brittany Howard, like putting autotune over it would kind of be like a disgrace.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of layering over something and it's just beautiful so to sound naturally. It's jazz, baby. Like, and if it's off, it's only going to be off by a bit, but no matter what, it's going to sound good. So
Like you're hella off, right? She ain't off.
she ain't off. but
Hey,
but
Cruz don't
also,
use no autotune either, though. Let's get that out.
yeah, I know. Look at autotune.
No
Shout out Cardi,
autotune.
bro. Cardi never uses autotune.
Yeah, yeah, right.
uh, but also I can understand this album like wanting to have like a dramatic effect, like kind of
Yeah.
be like cinema, and that's why she puts the theme and the structure of the album. She kind of steps down from that place of being like very much the center. I think by putting those effects on her voice too, you know, because if they were, I was thinking on my first listen, I was kind of thinking, I was like, damn, like I wish these effects weren't on her voice. Like I just want to hear Brittany Howard's beautiful voice. but but after like listening through the whole thing and really thinking about the lyrics, I was like, you know what, I can appreciate her trying to like really set the stage and make a show of it. And you know like it's and that's what I appreciate her saying, that she's an artist as well. Because yeah, she could have totally just like killed this thing and riffed vocally on every song and it would have been crazy, but that's like fan service. You know what I'm saying? That's not really like directional or whatever. If she has a vision, she wants to like put it to ink, I can really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Shout out Brittany Howard. You have a favorite track?
I don't. What now? I really, really like What Now. It's got a
Oh,
lot of energy to it. Um, and To Be Still.
ooh, that's a good one.
To Be
I
Still.
like Samson. It's a little bit later.
Samson's beautiful. It's a little long.
It's a little long, a little lo-fi though. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love Brittany Howard. I think Brittany Howard is a modern day legend. And we're living within a modern day legend. And I hope people can listen to it. It's a little bit longer album, but I think it's a beautiful album.
I
Just
should
the,
make I should make an honest effort to go see her. She comes out. She
it's
comes out
only
here.
it's only 38 minutes. You could it's really not that long of an album.
Nah, if you got a bit of a drive or you commute, like you could probably crank this out in a day or two on your car ride. Like, and it's a beautiful album. It's very substantive. The lyrics are gorgeous, and you get to
Yeah.
just enjoy Brittany Howard's
I will say
artistry. You know,
I will say the one thing. Um the one thing I think that hinders it, I think that some songs could be dated in a couple years. I think some of the production um could be a little bit dated in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I think every album tracks. I think there's a couple songs, you might skip here and there. I'm still up in the air about red flags. Yeah, red flags. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about the chorus on this song. But
yeah, I'll give you that. It is yeah.
I don't know. Hey, but shout out Brittany Howard. You should watch that interview. It was a good interview.
Send it to me, or we can watch it right now when we
Yeah.
when we finish
It's
this.
on the Canadian radio channel. I forgot. Shout out them.
Yeah, this album came out a while ago too. We're late on this. It's February February
February
9th.
February album. But that's fine. Hey,
Yeah, it's fun.
I feel like
You guys probably haven't heard it, so
Yeah.
go listen to
Bro,
it.
I ask people all the time, like, oh, have you heard the new Mike album? And there are people that I think
Well, Mike is
that,
like, you think people can think you're talking about like Killer Mike
and
or
yeah,
like
I don't know.
Lemmy
And they're like, Mike,
or
who's Mike? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Mike
tripping.
isn't. Yeah, like bro, Pinball. Like some of these songs. Let's see. Like on Spotify, there's like one song with 1.7 million. That's the Earl Sweatshirt. You know, and not too many. Bro, the other day, or no, yeah, it happened yesterday. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I was at work and I asked uh, what was it? A Claro song came on, and I was like, oh, like I love Claro. And yeah, they're like, who's Claro? I was like,
Hell
no.
no.
I was like, no. And they're like, Pretty Girl. You probably heard Pretty Girl. Like, I could be. I started singing it. They're like, no, I never heard that song. So just modern people, bro, that don't really listen to. The other day, I was talking with someone. It's just like we're just like next to each other in elevators. I was like, oh, hey, like, hear about the Kendrick beef? And they're like, oh, I don't really listen to modern rap. Like, I don't really know about what that guy does. Like, what is he made? Like he knew who he was, but like he didn't know like any songs off the top of his head.
Yeah.
So if there's people like that, like yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. Most people probably don't know who Mike is. Like, you go out and ask.
Yeah,
I met,
it really made me depressed the other day.
and then you can recommend the album, but I don't know, bro. I try not to be too preachy about music. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes I can be like, I'm very opinionated when someone asks for sure, but
Yeah. That's what I think they asked me like what's been your favorite rap album so far, sure. And I just think I just listen to so much Mike right now, bro. I think it's just the tone of his voice. Maybe what gets me, and I think it's the tone of Brittany Howard's voice. I think sometimes when I just really like when the tone, because the voice is an instrument and just the tone of their voice, just like I love hearing it.
no, yeah, very fucking melodic. You know, it's just easy on the ears.
And I love that some of these beats are just clipping. They're just fucking, they're just like the lowest 808 ever, and just loud as fuck, and they just smash my speakers, and I love
Tony
that.
Seltzer's a chef, man.
He's funny.
He's a shit.
He's Ableton too. So,
Who
but
doesn't use Ableton?
but yeah, we got
Weirdos.
this. This is gonna come out tomorrow. I'm gonna put, or this will come out. What's today? Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, we'll get this out tomorrow. Get this out
Tuesday, innit?
tomorrow. Let's do another one soon. And yeah, I think summer's coming up. Queezo will be done with school. And yeah, that's it. We got about like 4 minutes left, 4 minutes left until this timer runs out. Um, but yeah. Yeah, shout out Mike, Tony Seltzer. Listen to their stuff. Listen to Brittany Howard. If because people know Alabama Shakes, but some people might know that Brittany Howard's in their own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took me a while to realize I didn't listen to their solo stuff immediately.
So
Um,
listen to Brittany Howard stuff. They got a solo album, Jamie. I think it's dedicated to their sister. I think their late sister. I'm not really sure, but and then yeah, this new album. I really love the album. I feel like I really love the album cover on this new Brittany
for
Howard.
what
It's
now?
so for the yeah, it's just so like she's like looks like she's melting. Um,
When you're on mushrooms and things get kind of bright and saturated.
back in your shroom era, I feel like this would definitely be popping.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes like the saturation just gets dialed up with mushrooms. Yeah.
but what do you think? What do you think is what's next, bro?
More Kendrick diss music, please. More Kendrick diss tracks. I want Drake to retire.
No.
I want him to put him in a casket. Not like literally, but like, like career wise. I want him to start having to do commercials and shit.
Oh no, he's way too big. I feel like he's on that Taylor Swift level, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
so trash sometimes that. But shout out Drake. His last shit was kind of fire.
Yeah, he put up a good fight. I'll tell you what.
Way better than J. Cole's bum ass.
Yeah, but he likes
But
PDF
that's
files.
hey, but
So
that's how he is. But I feel like J. Cole's soft. He's a soft guy like me. So he's a soft guy like me sometimes, and you don't want to fight. You just be like, hey, I'm sorry.
hey man, I
Hey,
honestly
I'm sorry.
I respect the decision. His this song was boring, and he was already people were letting him know he's like, hey man, there's probably not a good idea. You probably don't want to step up to Kizzy, you know. So he stepped down, and you know what? Good, good for him. Because imagine what would have happened. I don't think K Dot's gonna get any dirt on Jermaine Cole, but he can clown him. You know, he can call him freaky. Like that was my favorite thing about the whole thing is like freaky ass
Yeah,
69 God. Everyone's singing that shit. You know,
yeah. Also, shout out Metro for doing the first ever diss beat,
I love that. I love that there's like a golden ticket for someone, and all they gotta do is trash Drake as hard as they can.
bro. Download the beat,
You
load it
know,
up, and Ableton. Go right ahead, bro. Why not?
you can win a
Me,
Metro beat, but it's probably
you,
gonna be me.
you get the Metro beat.
Bro.
But yeah,
All right,
we got Mike, Tony Seltzer, Brittany Howard. What else are you listening to? We're gonna give another shout out, another album.
I can't, I've been coming back to the Steve Lacy Gemini Rights album. I just saw Pink Panthers in LA. Great
Oh, yeah.
show.
That Steve
Heaven
Lacy album's hella old. What are you talking about?
I know Heaven Knows was a great album. I love Heaven
Yeah,
Knows.
that was a great album.
Guess I'll see you in
She was
another
on my
time.
singles last year. My favorite single of the
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Mosquito. Good Mosquito. Uh 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 what else? Um I've been listening to cumbias. Y'all should be dancing. You know what I'm
Dancing,
saying?
summertime, springtime,
Never stop dancing. Get active. Dancing is a great
active.
form of cardio, you know. Don't lose your rhythm. Always have rhythm. It's so embarrassing not having rhythm.
Don't do coke and dance, bro.
Don't do blow ever. That's bad.
Just do the dance.
Don't
Just
do blow.
dance.
Yeah, just dance.
Just do the
Uh,
dance. Yeah, that
what?
makes it look like you do it, bro. I've never done it in my life, so that makes it yeah. So you weekend makes
Oh,
it.
wait. You never done it, right?
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Let's establish that on the record. I've never done